One panel at the beginning of the rise of Scourge started a popular fan theory that circulated the internet for years. Scourge's mother Quince made a comment about the color of her kid's fur, noting that it was strange none of them had their father's ginger fur. This single line of dialogue started a popular fan theory where Firestar and Scourge are half-brothers, sharing the ginger-furred Tom as their father. While having the same pelt color and being a house cat might not have been the most concrete evidence, many fans refused to believe the odd mention of the Tom's ginger fur wasn't meant to be a nod to Firestar. The fan theory started to spread, and fans needed answers. Prior to 2011, the Aaron Hunter team held Aaron Hunter Chats, where a few lucky Warriors fans could post questions about the books and get somewhat official answers from the Warriors team. One fan used this opportunity to ask the Aarons about this fan theory, and Vicky Holmes admitted that yes, the two cats did in fact share a father, but she didn't officially give him a name. Vicky's confirmation only sparked more fan theories about the identity of this Tom, with guesses like Pine Star, the leader turned kitty pet, becoming a common contender. Another common guess was Jake, a cat who had made a single appearance in Blue Star's Prophecy a year after the publication of The Rise of Scourge. Jake, who is described as a plump ginger Tom, appeared once in the book during Blue Paw's apprenticeship. His curiosity about the life of a clan cat caused speculation that he was the father. While Jake became the frontrunner for this fan theory, without any official confirmation in the books, fans continued to search more for any clues or any other candidates. That was until 2013, when Jake made a surprise appearance in Tallstar's Super Edition. The two cats became friends, and during Tallstar's leadership ceremony, it was officially confirmed that Jake was the father of Firestar. 4 years later, Jake is also seen in Pine Star's novella, where it's noted that he has taken quite a liking to Quince, making the theory come full circle, and after 10 years, the two were finally confirmed as half-brothers. In this instance, this fan theory turned out to be true, but the same couldn't be said for many of these other popular theories throughout the years. Regardless as to if they're true or not, I'll be going over some of the most popular fan theories over the past 20 years, including some A Starless Clan theories as well. This video will have some spoilers, but I'll have a book appear in the corner to show what arc or book this particular theory takes place in. Let's start things off with one I've talked about on this channel before, as it is probably one of the most popular fan theories out there, the Sweetpaw death theory. This one has been circulating on the internet since 2016, with the oldest mention I could find originating from a now deleted Wattpad post about ThunderClan facts. Sweetpaw, Rosepaw, and Bluefur ate a bad mouse in Blue Star's Prophecy, leading the three she-cats to experience extreme food poisoning. Rosepaw and Bluefur pulled through, however Sweetpaw continued to get weaker. At one point she went to sleep and never woke up. The theory states that the cats didn't check on Sweetpaw and she was buried alive in a coma-like state. However, this theory isn't true. Both Bluefur and Featherwhisker confirmed that Sweetpaw had passed away before they held her vigil. Another cat who is one of the most widespread theories is Snowkit. For those who might not remember who Snowkit was, he was the deaf kit from the first arc who was carried away by a hawk. A few theories have been made about Snowkit surviving the hawk, but the most popular theory takes place during Omen of the Stars, where we meet a cat named Snowtuft in the Dark Forest. Described as only a white Tom, people began to speculate that Snowkit had somehow gone to the Dark Forest, possibly out of anger or resentment for his death, and became a warrior in the same style as Smallstar, Wolfheart, and Running Storm from Code of the Clans, and that Snowtuft's iconic scar down his belly and face was given to him by the hawk who carried him away. This theory, however, was disproven after Book 5 of the Broken Code, where Snowtuft teams up with Shadowsight in the Dark Forest, revealing that he was a ShadowClan Tom who was simply not a nice cat, and it landed him in the Dark Forest. What he did is still unknown, but the fact that he was a ShadowClan cat confirms this theory as false. This next genre of theories are reincarnation theories. These probably take up about 70 to 80% of the theories within the fandom, thanks in part to the reincarnation of Cinderpelt in the books. Most theories follow the idea that StarClan cats will reincarnate after they fade away from StarClan. We've only seen a handful of cats fade away, and no cats have really taken after them so far. So this theory hasn't been confirmed or denied, as it's still unsure where cats go after they fade away. But the theory doesn't just stop at StarClan cats, as one of the most popular reincarnation theories revolves around Squirrelflight. Squirrelflight's design is similar to that of her father Firestar, with the exception of her one white paw. This singular white paw is uncommon in most of the other cats in the series, with the most notable cats being Squirrelflight and Scourge. You can probably see where this is going. After Scourge's death in the Darkest Hour, fans were concerned about where his spirit would go since he didn't believe in StarClan, especially after Vicky Holmes confirmed that he didn't go to the Dark Forest. Then with the odd mention of Squirrelpaw's single white paw in Midnight, fans started to speculate that the authors had intentionally mentioned this white paw as a nod to Scourge. At first, it was seen as extra evidence for the Scourge and Firestar half-brothers theory that I had mentioned earlier in this video, as it had not been confirmed at the time. The one white paw was seen as a genetic marker on Firestar's side and was carried down to Squirrelpaw, because, where you catch genetics. However, some fans took it a step further and speculated that Scourge was actually reincarnated as Squirrelflight, keeping his signature white paw as proof. While this is an interesting theory, there's not really much evidence supporting it besides the paw. No real connection has been made between the two characters, and the authors haven't made any statements regarding it. Interestingly though, the Warriors website released a mini-pack figure featuring Scourge and Squirrelflight together, noting their familial ties. Likely though, it's just because of their famous white paws. Of course, the reincarnation theories don't stop there. There have been many reincarnation theories since then, with some minor ones like Gray Stripe is Greywing, Spotted Leaf is Velvet, Hollyleaf is Hollytuft, and Hawkfrost is pretty much everyone, but the final reincarnation theory I'll be going over in this video is a more recent theory, and is quite different from most of the other ones. The theory? Rock is Jayfeather. Rock's past was never explored, and all that's known about him is that he's a healer from ancient times. He also has powers above those of StarClan, with knowledge of the past as well as the future. The theory states that Rock is Jayfeather from another timeline and is there to set him on the right track. Many fans theorize that Rock somehow failed in his timeline, perhaps choosing to stay with Half Moon and never fulfilling his destiny. This is supported by the fact that Rock reveals to Jayfeather he was the first ever teller of the pointed stones, yet we watch as Half Moon becomes the first official stone teller later in the books thanks to Jayfeather. Both cats have the power to walk in other cats' dreams, as well as the ability to feel other cats' emotions. Both share blind blue eyes and have a similar temperament. And once Jayfeather completes his role in the Great Battle, Rock disappears and is never mentioned in the books again. It could also explain why Rock was so harsh on Jayfeather and tried to keep him on the path he laid out for him, which meant leaving Half Moon behind and ultimately taking on the largest part of the Power of the Three prophecy. Normally I'm against most of these reincarnation theories because of how they botched the Cinderheart story, but honestly I really love this theory. The idea of Rock being stuck in a perpetual time loop until he's able to convince himself to follow his destiny seems almost like too big of a concept for Warriors. But I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on this theory in the comments. Moving on from Jayfeather, let's talk about his sister Hollyleaf. Throughout the Omen of the Stars arc, Jayfeather and Lionblaze often thought about their sister who had run into the tunnels at the end of Sunrise, where they thought she had been killed after the tunnel collapsed. They never retrieved her body, confirmed her death, or saw her in StarClan, which led many fans to believe that Hollyleaf had somehow fled through the tunnels, surviving the rock slide. This theory was later proven to be true after her return in The Forgotten Warrior, and her reappearance started another theory, that she was the fourth cat in the prophecy. A few books earlier, Jayfeather had visited the tribe where it was revealed that, surprise, there is a fourth member of the prophecy. Fans immediately started to theorize who this fourth cat was. Hollyleaf, Ivypool, Mothwing, Cinderheart, and Firestar were all rumored to be the fourth cat in the prophecy. However, Hollyleaf and Ivypool were the two main cats speculated to be part of the prophecy, as they're both siblings of the other members and because of Hollyleaf's conveniently timed return to the clans. However, we all know that the fourth cat was none other than Firestar himself, giving him his final send-off in The Last Hope. A couple of arcs later, the Broken Code started a whole new level of fan theories, probably the most any Warriors arc has seen so far. Starting as early as the first book, when Bramblestar mysteriously came down with a strange illness. Many fans, myself included, thought that Bramblestar had contracted rabies and that the plot was going to follow how the clans dealt with this illness. Of course, after the first book, we all now know that's not what happened. Right around the time the arc was starting, the authors had posted some teasers about controversial characters making a return in this arc. So when Bramblestar was confirmed to be possessed, people started to guess cats like Soul, Ashfur, Hawkfrost, and Mapleshade were making an appearance. Fans were grabbing potential clues within the Broken Code, as well as reading up on old characters trying to make out who would have a personal vendetta against the codebreakers named by Bramblestar. Even after the big reveal of Blue Eyes, the guesses were still all over the place. Ashfur, Flametail, Shoepaw, and Hawkfrost again became the main suspects. But there were some posts for every controversial Blue-Eyed Tom, and some non-Blue-Eyed Toms, out there. And while fans were working hard in putting together the clues, the Warrior Cats website drops a preview of a book cover with Ashfur's face on it. At this point, the fan theories came to an end. While most people correctly named Ashfur as the imposter from the beginning, the theories that came out of it were kind of amusing. Shrewpaw being named as a possible suspect is still one of my favorites. Moonkitty made an April Fool's video about it, but there are some people who fully believe that this apprentice, who randomly died halfway through the new prophecy, was responsible for Bramblestar's possession, sort of like in Ashfur 2.0. Another fan theory that took place during the Broken Code was about Graystripe. The Super Edition Graystripe's vow was announced during the Broken Code arc and took place during Veil of Shadows. Due to Graystripe's old age, the fans thought that this book was going to be a send-off for a fan favorite character, sort of like Ravenpaw in Ravenpaw's Farewell. There was speculation that Graystripe would venture back into the old territories and relive some of his past, but never make it back to the clans. It was believed that either Graystripe would die in the mountains, surrounded by his family, or at the Moonstone during his wander. When the book was released, however, it was revealed that no, he didn't die in this book, nor did his kids play a big role in the book at all. Before I move on to A Starless Clan theories, I want to quickly recap some other theories that I just couldn't fit into this video, so here they are. The first well-known theory being Honeyfern's pregnancy, where fans thought that Honeyfern was carrying kids when she was killed by a snake. This theory somehow reached the authors, and they confirmed this as false, as it would have been too sad. The parents of many cats have also been a popular topic for fan theorists, especially for the earlier books. The authors didn't have set plans on who was related, as they never suspected the books would become as popular as they are. So when fans started to ask the authors about their family tree, there weren't many concrete answers. Fans decided to take matters into their own hands and create their own theories as to who the parents of certain cats might be. For example, Deadfoot being Crowfeather's father, Willowpelt being the mother of both Graystripe and Darkstripe, and Lionheart being the father of Brightheart, Thornclaw, Brackenfurt, and Cinderpelt were all popular fan theories. While all of these were later proven to be true, there might have been some that were a little off the mark. The most popular probably being Ashfur was the father of Ivypool and Dubwing. Popularized by the Warrior Cat Fact videos, this theory is still talked about to this day. Heck, it's the third result on Google. There's not much merit to this theory, with the best evidence being that Whitewing was seen on some patrols with Ashfur, regular warrior duties, and that her kids have gray fur, something Birchfall does not have. The theory goes that Whitewing realized Ashfur was a bad cat and decided not to tell anyone who the father was after his death, leading the clans to believe that Birchfall is their real father, sort of like a Thrushpelt Bluefur situation. But let's be real, Ashfur is not going after anyone other than Squirrelflight. Many theories have come from the lineage of these cats, but I won't sit here and read all of the theories that I've found. However, if you're interested in something like that, I have made a video about a particular fan theorist whose theories sort of became canon. The link is in the description or on this little title card above. Now let's move on to some A Starless Clan theories. As I'm writing this, Wind has just been released, so there's only one book left to finish out A Starless Clan. I'll be recapping some of the theories from the previous books, starting with ThunderClan's leadership problem. This arc takes place right after the Broken Code, where Bramblestar was trapped outside of his own body as a ghost. The whole ordeal has taken a toll on him mentally, leaving him unable to fulfill his duties as a leader. For the good of his clan, he decides to retire. So he and Squirrelflight go to the Moonpool to request his leadership status be revoked and be given to her instead. Many fans theorize that Squirrelflight would not be given her 9 lives. Theories range from Squirrelflight being attacked on the way to the Moonpool to StarClan straight up refusing to give her 9 lives. And while it was revealed at the beginning of Thunder that she spoke with StarClan, many fans were skeptical about the ceremony. I've seen some speculation that this is another Nightheart situation, where she is acting as ThunderClan's leader but was not given any lives by StarClan. The biggest evidence for this theory is that we never got to see exactly what happened at the Moonpool as Nightheart left to go on a journey with Frostpaw. Then in Wind, Splashtail questions the need for leaders to have 9 lives. Warriors is known to tease plot elements for books in this way, so it is a possibility. It's likely we'll get an answer in the last book of the series, so we'll just have to wait. The second A Starless Clan theory I see frequently is that Frostpaw will become RiverClan's next leader. Frostpaw has probably been tossed around the most this arc, and it's unclear exactly where she will end up. But the common fan consensus is that Frostpaw will become the newest leader for RiverClan. Her connection to StarClan, quest to the park, and Riverstar's interest in Frostpaw have all been supporting evidence for Frostpaw becoming the newest leader. There's also the dream Bee talks about in Thunder, where he's walking on a frozen river with lots of cats watching him, which could mean Frostpaw or Icewing, who is another contender for the leadership position. Icewing has been through a lot as a background character, from training in the Dark Forest to being banished from her clan in the Broken Code. At the beginning of A Starless Clan, she was put in the position of temporary leader while ShadowClan was stationed in RiverClan. She is also part of the movement to put an end to Splashtail's reign on RiverClan, so it is possible she will become the next leader once he is driven out. The final cat who has been rumored to be the next leader is Mothwing. The idea of Mothwing being the next leader has been teased multiple times throughout the arc, and a large number of fans have been theorizing that she will eventually resign as a medicine cat and become RiverClan's next leader. Personally, I don't believe this one is the most plausible, as she doesn't seem to want to lead RiverClan at all, but it is still a possibility. For now, these are all the theories I'll be discussing today. I tried to pick out the most popular fan theories over the years, some true, some not. But I'm curious as to what theories I might have missed. I'd also love to hear any theories you guys have in the comments. Thank you for all the support, and remember to subscribe for more content. It's free and is a great way to support my channel. Thank you once again, and have a good one.